Hello everyone. I'm Calvin Samuel Stephen, and today I'm going to give you a simple and clear understanding of Azure Entra ID, formerly known as Azure Active Directory. By the end of this session, you will know how it works, why it's important, and how it helps manage users and access in the cloud. So, let's begin. So, what is an Entra ID actually? So, Entra ID is actually a Microsoft cloud-based identity and access management system. It's like a gatekeeper. It controls who can access and what in your cloud environment. A real life example is like think of a college. Students, teachers, and staff are all have different roles, right? Students can access the library and classes. Teachers can access exam papers and grading tools. The gatekeeper, which is Enter ID, ensures the right people to access the right area. It manages users, groups, and permission. Make sure only the right people get the right access. It improves security for cloud apps and services. So Azure Identity Infrastructure components are like identities. It's like user or services accounts. Authentication verifies identities like password and OTP. Authorization is like what the user is allowed to do and so on. Roles and access control is like RBAC, assign permission based on roles like stuff. And groups, it will help you organize users. Policies are like security rules like password length or multi-factor authorization. The directory is like stores all the user information. The single sign-on is like one login for all the application. Lifecycle management is like it automates user creation, update, and removal. Monitoring and auditing, it's like it tracks activities for safety. I'll show you example of how this all works. Like if a new employee joins a company, say your company, the system automatically creates their ID, gives them access to their team files, and applies security policies. And when they leave, it removes all access. So the two powerful tools for securing users' accounts are these identity protection and conditional access. So identity protection is like it detects risky logins like someone logging in from say other country, and conditional access is like set rules like asking for an OTP if the user logs in from outside the office. For example, if I'm trying to access company data from my personal computer, say I'm at my home, the system may ask for an extra verification. But in the office, I can access it directly. So RBAC, which we are talking earlier, one of the components of Azure AD. RBAC is nothing but role-based access control. RBAC means giving access based on person's role. There are different roles in Azure, like reader, where we can only see resources. The contributor can make changes. The owner will be having the full control. For example, take in a construction company. Site engineers can only view project updates. Reader, they are the readers, and project managers can update schedules. They are the contributors. Admin can manage everything, like the owner. RBAC keep the system secure and organized. So let's see how to create users like single and bulk. Single user creation, it's nothing but like we have to go to the Azure portal, log into the Azure portal, click Azure Active Directory, and then click Users. Click on Create New Users, and we have to enter details and password, then create. For bulk creation, same process, but we have to download the template, fill in the template using CSV file format, and then upload. Example, when a new batch of interns join, instead of adding them one by one, HR can upload a single file and then add them all at once. There are different groups in Azure AD. The types of groups are like security groups used to assign permission. The other groups are like Microsoft 365 groups used for collaboration, Teams and Outlook. Why use groups? It's easy to manage access, add or remove users with one click. For example, all members of the HR team can be added to the HR group directly. If a policy needs to be applied, apply it to the group, not each person. Once you apply it in the group, it gets filled for everyone. It's so easy. So Let's see some real life use cases. So some real life use cases are like common uses like giving developers access to specific virtual machines, enabling multi-factor authorization only for people working remotely, and auto assigning sales staff to the sales team group based on the department. For example, all users with sales in the department name are automatically added to the sales group, which give them access to CRM tools. The advantages of Azure Entra Identity is it is centralized access management, like one place to manage all users and permission, and it's role-based control, which keeps systems secure and organized. It has better security, supports multi-factor authorization and conditional access, scalability, as we can also know, easily handles 10 or 10,000 users, and automation. With automation, it helps to save time with auto user and group handling. So let's quickly recall what we all learned in today's session. We learned what Entra ID is. It's Azure Identity Infrastructure. It helps manage who can access what, users, groups, roles, policies from the core. Tools like RBAC, MFA, conditional access improve security. It is essential for any cloud admin to understand and use the system. So points to remember from today's session are like Entra ID is your identity control center at Azure, and use a RBAC to avoid giving it too much access. Group simply uses user management. It simplify user management actually. Conditional access and MFA protect against hackers. Automate where possible, save times and errors. So thank you all for listening. I hope this session helped you understand Azure Entra ID more clearly. Thank you.